Well, good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, August 3rd, and I think I'm going to be recording both Mondays and Fridays Affirmation Tarot back to back. So, yeah, rather than spreading it out over the weekend. Anyway, I did record, and I still need to do some edits on my very first podcast, The Entangled Cynic. Not critic, like I said last time, but The Entangled Cynic. And that's going to be going up under podcasts on the Living Hope, The Wolf You Feed channel. So the same channel you get these videos on. Anyway, I would love it if you drop by. We are talking about your money or your worth. So we'll get into that in the podcast. I'm not going to spend time on it here because this is for your Affirmation Tarot. We are starting out with the, oh, that's not a good sign. Starting out with the, oh God, come on now. Mindset Mastery cards. Good gravy. As you can tell, I just got out of the shower. I think I probably washed a few brain cells down the drain too, so nothing unusual. Okay, so I didn't go all over the place this time. Maybe it's because my hands are slickery. So I've been kind of looking at my plants and dealing with my plants lately. I have a bunch of them. Mostly jade plants and succulents. One of them's a Kalancho that I had received as a gift many years ago, probably about 11 years ago, 10 or 11 years ago, and it had been nothing but straggly and scraggly, so I finally just trimmed it all down to nubs, and I'm finally getting some good shoots coming off of it, and one of them was a little bit longer. Actually, several of them were a little bit longer than the other ones, and I wanted to get bushy, so I trimmed the tops off and put those in another pot where they're propagating roots, hopefully. Anyway, so it's been a good weekend. I love working with my plants. And I do have some lavender oil steeping on the windowsill in a mason jar, so hopefully I'll have that coming up very, very soon. I think by the end of August I'll test it out and see how much of the lavender scent has been infused into the oil. Anyway, because I'm going to make some balm out of that as well as just using it as oil. So I'll have the base there. So today's Mindset Mastery card is, I choose to see the gift in every challenge as an opportunity to grow stronger and more resilient. Very, very important. Growth mindset. So let's read the back of that and then we'll kind of talk about it. Embrace a growth mindset. There we go. Reflect on your most recent challenge and ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How did it contribute to my personal growth? When you choose to see every challenge through the eyes of opportunity and gratitude, you become unstoppable. And this is something that a lot of us, especially in today's climate, and I mean like socio-political climate, are fighting to see is the positives in all the challenges that we're facing. But I believe it was Carol Dweck. I had suggested that you research her on YouTube. Last name D-W-E-C-K, I believe. But she does growth mindset work, and she does a lot of videos on growth mindset versus not growth mindset. I can't remember the other half of that. God, I swear I did wash some of my brain down the drain. But the point is, look up Dweck growth mindset, and you will find wonderful videos that talk about how you can kind of look at things in a different light. The challenges that we face from one of my all-time favorites, and anybody who's ever ridden with me in a car is going to know this, traffic. I'm still working on it. But oh, my gutter mouth comes out, and it's not my most becoming persona. it's not that side of me that I wish everybody would see, because it's the side of me that would actually probably be hilarious on stage at an improv if somebody really, really cheesed me off before I went on stage. Because apparently I'm hilarious when I'm angry. But I try, even with traffic, to look at issues as perhaps this is, I'm stuck here because if I had left sooner, or if I had moved faster, or if that guy in front of me wasn't there, I might have been the one in trouble in an accident, running over something that popped my tire. I've been there, done that. Boy, that's just no fun. But so trying to look at it as something to challenge me to control my temper, get into the music, just enjoy, and, caterwaul all I want in the privacy with windows closed of my car, so I can, shout out my song lyrics to whatever I'm listening to. So yeah, challenges and work challenges, making mistakes at work. When you make mistakes at work, a lot of time our natural inclination is to kind of shrink and back away and justify and give excuses. But the best thing that you can do sometimes is to simply acknowledge and say, okay, oh, I see. Listen to what somebody is saying when you make a mistake. It's hard to stop yourself from thinking of justifications. But when you do, you can learn an awful lot so that you don't make the same mistake twice. Because most people are really, really forgiving when it comes to making mistakes in general, but not when you keep repeating the same mistake over and over again. So that's kind of what this card is talking about here. Growth mindset, opportunities. Every single challenge that you come across is an opportunity to learn more, to learn how to be more adaptable to various situations. And the more adaptable you are to any situation, the more likely you are to succeed through it and to grow immensely from it. So keep that in mind, and choose to see in every challenge an opportunity to grow stronger and more resilient. Resilience is what keeps you from falling off the track. Resilience is something that people who blame others and just wallow in blame and resentment and anger and frustration, they don't have resilience. They don't bounce back. They don't come back stronger and better than they were before. But you can. So there's that one. Okay, and the rethink cards, the ginormous, make my hands hurt, shuffle. It's getting slightly easier each time, as long as my hands are not stiff from the day before. Okay. All right, and one more. Okay. Ooh, there we go. All right, and we have inner guidance and courage. All right, well, let's start with inner guidance. Inner guidance, yeah, trying to do that whole watching the glare thing. Let's see here. I trust my intuition and inner guidance even in the face of uncertainty. I know that I'm on the right path and that everything is happening for my highest good. I am guided and supported by the universe, which, that's pretty awesome. I ran across a mantra the other day, or just a little something to say to yourself first thing in the morning. Especially if you're having a rough time of things. And I don't know if it was really Keanu Reeves who said it or not, but first off, I love Keanu. He's awesome. Second off, it could have been an AI thing, because it was one of those sort of like motivational excerpts from a speech or something like that. But the sentiment was very, very potent. And the sentiment was, everything is working in my favor. Even if I can't see it, good things are coming. So if you kind of keep that in your mind and you say it to yourself in the morning, first thing in the morning, you start off on a positive note. And that helps you appreciate your inner guidance and trust it a little bit more each day. It's one of my problems. I apparently have wonderful intuition, but somewhere along the line I stopped trusting it. So, because it's always looking back on it that I've said, I should have known that, or I should have done that, and I knew I should have done that, but I didn't do it because I didn't listen to my intuition or my inner guide. I'm getting better at that, though. I asked for help. So, whatever works for you, even if it's just, I ask myself to, please learn how to listen to myself, my instincts better. I used to, but it's coming back little by little. And courage. Courage. What makes a Hottentot so hot? Courage. All right. That's it. What do they got that I ain't got? Courage. And if you can tell me where that's from, put it in the comments for me, please. Because, Anyway, courage. I have the courage to face my past and move forward with bravery and resilience. I confront my fears head on, embracing discomfort as a catalyst for personal growth. With each step, I let go of the past and step into a brighter, more empowered future. And again, wow, this plays right into both inner guidance and the challenges as opportunities, the growth mindset. This plays right into it. So ideally, we know that we can't build muscle unless we stress the muscle. So we cause a little bit of discomfort. We get that burn, that lactic acid burn in the muscle. And we go ahead and build muscle from that. So discomfort leads to strength. Discomfort at a reasonable level. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to, go out and do a 5-minute semi-squat up against the wall on your first day like the coach made you do in basketball if you mouthed off. Oh, that was not good. That was not good. Yeah, you couldn't walk the next day. From your butt down to your toes, you were in cramps. It was crazy. But little by little, you can go ahead and stress those muscles and build whatever you want. Same thing goes with your mind and your mindset. A little bit of stress here and there, a little bit of a reminder, hey, wait, normally, okay, I started to knee-jerk react. All right, let's pull back on that for a second. Take a breath. Okay. Is this really mine to deal with? So that does take courage, especially facing your past. Now, facing your past is hard for everybody because there's always somebody around you who's willing to throw it in your face, who's always willing to lord it over you and make you feel like you're about like this big because of something you did when you were in the 5th grade. Okay, you're 55 years old and they're still lording a 5th grade travesty or transgression over your head. Don't they have anything better to do? Come on, man. Surely you've made more mistakes than that in between 5th grade and 55 years old. Come on, pick something new to rag on me about. That's courage. And to be able to say, yeah, that was a long time ago, man. You still stuck there? Why? What's going on? Look at where you live. Look at me. I'm not there anymore. Got over it a long time ago. So get over it because you can. If it's something that you really, really feel absolutely atrocious about and something that they know they can always get to you with, what you might want to do is you might want to make sure that you sit down with that part of yourself and that you acknowledge that part of yourself, that you face it and you face how bad you might feel about it and let yourself cry. Let yourself cry about it. Let yourself feel the angst and the anguish that you know that you might have caused somebody else, and acknowledge it, and remember that you learned from it. And hopefully you did, because if you didn't, why are you on my channel? Seriously. But yeah, if you did learn from it, then acknowledge that you did, and acknowledge that that situation taught you something very valuable so that you would never repeat the same thing on somebody else. So maybe that's what that person was there for, or that situation happened for. Anyway, so that is for today. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to put them in the comment section down below. I have merch at my Redbubble store, and that is in my Beacon links, and that is in the down below. So also my Kirkus review, if you haven't seen it yet, for book 5 of my Heroes of the Line series, the Kirkus reviews. Yeah, the review for the first book should actually be coming in this coming week by Friday the 8th. So I did them in kind of a weird order. I did the last one first because in my mind, the last one, not only did it take me 10 years to write, but it is absolutely, unequivocally the best piece of work that I have written thus far, fiction-wise. So anyway, yeah, if you'd like to drop down, it's, check it out, Kirkus Review. It should be it's in one of the top levels. My author page is also on there. Everything is on there, from my merch, from my Redbubble merch to my author page on Amazon to everything, including my website. So if you would like to reach out, you can do that through my website. You can go to contact, and there is my email address, and you can go ahead and fill out the form and let me know what you're interested in. Anyway, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a lovely day. This is going to go out tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon or something like that. Monday, anyway. And I hope the first part of your week is wonderful. And please come back on Wednesday for the first podcast of my Entangled Cynic podcast. And the subheader is, What Would Diogenes Do? And if you know who Diogenes is, once the podcast comes live, go ahead and put it in the comments. Because, I tell you who he is anyway. But hopefully you would know who he is anyway beforehand. So thank you again. Have a great week, and I hope to see you later. Take care, be safe, and thanks for being here. Bye.